Hello everybody and welcome to part 3 of review. This is going to be going over the part 2 multiple choice questions as well as some other things. Here, as you could see, I didn't show this in class, but this is a Venn diagram that compares the nervous system to the endocrine system. I didn't know if you would think this would be useful. I'm sorry that some of the numbers are off, like over here, but you might just want to take a look at this. Alright, I'm going to start going over the multiple choice. I'm going to give short explanations, but specific because I'm on a time limit for this. So, here we go. The cyclic change in the apparent size of the sun is due to the Earth's revolution. And like I said in class, the reason for this is, actually I'm going to draw it out, hold on. Okay, one complete revolution of the Earth around the sun equals 1 year. One complete rotation of the Earth on its axis is a day. Day and night. Phases of the moon are caused by the moon revolving around the Earth. Depending on where the moon is around the Earth is what phase we would see. That's 2. Which body in our solar system is classified as a star? Well, this is a planet, this is a planet, and this is a planet, so it must be the sun. The geocentric model of the universe states that all objects in the universe revolve around, okay, so geo equals Earth. Centric equals centered. So this means that the Earth is in the center. Geocentric model states that all objects in the universe revolve around the Earth. Okay, so here's a blank page, and I want to draw a picture of the sun. So there's your sun. And now we need the Earth. Sorry, I'm a terrible drawer. So the distance from here to here is smaller than the distance from there to there. So I asked the question in class, what season would this side be? It's closer to the sun, so you might think it's summer. Well, not in this case. The distance from the sun has nothing to do with the season. And over here would be summer. So in this case, the distance of the sun compared to the Earth makes the sun appear larger in the sky over here. Bigger sun. Now, this is the apparent size, as in what you're seeing from Earth. It's not that much bigger, but it is, and the reason is because of the distance from the sun at that point in the year. So this answer is the Earth's revolution around the sun. This has nothing to do with the seasons. It's just the size of the sun. The reason for the seasons is the axial tilt of the Earth. So, in that case. Alright. The diagram at the right shows 4 different phases of the moon. In which phase is the moon between the Earth and the sun? Okay, I'll draw you a picture again. Hold on a second. The answer is B, which is a new moon. The diagram on the right shows a solar eclipse. Which statement is most true about a solar eclipse? Okay, well let's look at this picture. It gave us a picture, so we need to take advantage of that. So what do we say? Look at this one. A solar eclipse occurs when Earth is between the moon and the sun. Look. Is the Earth between the moon and the sun in this picture? No. So that's automatically not right. During a solar eclipse, the side of the Earth facing away from the sun receives sunlight. Well, if you remember that picture that I just drew before, the side away from the sun is experiencing nighttime, so that's wrong. Number 1 says a solar eclipse causes the entire daytime of the Earth to become dark. Well, if this is a solar eclipse in the picture, obviously the entire side right here of the Earth is not dark. It's just that one area right there. So the answer is 2. See, I didn't even have to know anything about that in order to get the question right. Okay. In which type of model are the Sun, other stars, and the Moon in orbit around the Earth? Around the Earth, geocentric. When the Moon is completely covered with the Earth's umbra, which occurs? Okay, I'm going to draw you another picture. Hold on a minute. When the Moon is completely covered within the Earth's umbra, which occurs? That's a lunar eclipse. This is just a matter of you know. Obviously, it's not no eclipse, so you could cross that one off instantly. That's a matter of you memorizing your eclipses, which you have to do. Okay, so here's our Sun. We're drawing a lunar eclipse right now. I'm going to show you why this answer is true. There's your Sun. Now we need an Earth. This is not to scale, by the way. I can only draw so well on this iPad. That's Earth. Okay. Now these lines that the Sun casts are right here. There's your Moon. So Earth, Moon, Sun. So the Moon, as you could see, is completely in the shadow of the Earth, otherwise known as the umbra of the Earth. So the Moon is completely covered. So going back to the question, okay, so here's my Earth. And then, actually, I want yellow, because we're going to do the Sun. Okay, there's my Sun. It's nice and yellow. Okay, now, we want to know, at what phase is the Moon between the Earth and the Sun? Well, what side's being illuminated right now? The side closest to the Sun. So this would be black. So if you were a person over here, what would you be looking at? You'd be looking at this. That's what you would see. So the answer is, which diagram best represents a heliocentric model of a portion of the solar system? Well, heliocentric means that the Sun is in the center. So this one has the Earth in the center, and this one over here has the Sun in the center. That looks like our solar system. It's 4. The diagram below shows the Earth as viewed from space as it moves around the Sun. Approximately how long does it take the Earth to move from... Hey, wait a second. This actually was not... On to biology. Okay, nutrients from digested food enter the bloodstream through the process of absorption. Absorption is the process that digestion takes in order to get the nutrients into your bloodstream. It's just right out of your packet definition. Bio is a lot of memorizing what the functionality of different things are in your body. So you could have done process of elimination for that question as well. In which process is oxygen used to release the energy stored in food? The key to this, a lot of people put digestion, but digestion doesn't use oxygen to release energy stored in food. So it was looking for respiration, and the formula for respiration is C6H12O6 plus O2 plus H2O is CO2 plus H2O plus ATP. So in this formula, sugar, which would be your food, plus oxygen and water gives you energy. Okay, now that I just wrote all over that, what do all organisms need to survive? All organisms need energy to survive. That's what the fight is. All the plants are trying to get energy, we're trying to get energy, everything. And the reason it's not blood is because if you think about it, plants don't have blood, or else it would be really bad if you had to mow your lawn. Okay. So number 4, tissue is composed of a group of similar cells working together. These cells are only cells that would be in this particular spot, like a muscle, or shoulder tissue is just meant to be shoulder tissue. All the cells in it are shoulder tissue. It has nothing to do with different organs working together, not different organ systems working together. Nuclei in a cell working together, no. Similar cells working together. The key word there is the similar. Okay, so cells are to tissues as tissues are to organs. This is in the organization. G-N-I-Z-A-T levels. This is in your packet. It tells you cells go to tissues, tissues go to organs, organ goes to organ system, etc., etc. Next page. Okay. So, which two systems are interacting in this diagram? Well, you have blood and air. So, circulatory and respiratory. Number 8, what is the main function of the circulatory system? It's to transport materials. That's what the circulatory system does. It's trying to get the gases to the cells, or whatever it's trying to get. It's trying to get to the cells through the blood. 9, running is an activity that causes the cells in the muscular system to use oxygen at a faster rate. Which system responds by delivering more oxygen? Look, that's transporting. It's circulatory. Which part of the human digestive system produces digestive enzymes? Small intestine. The small intestine is where all the enzymes are produced, like sucrase, lactase, maltase, all the stuff in the small intestines. The large intestine doesn't have any enzymes producing anything. As you move to the left, the elements get more reactive. So, if it gives you a choice between 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1 or 1A, 2 or 2A, 3 or 3B, 4 or 4B, you would pick the one all the way to the left, which would be 1. Okay, periods go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Potassium. Periods, you can remember when the bell rings at school, you walk across the hall to get to your next period. So walk across, like that way. That's how I remember it. And then the other one was, what number was Na, or sodium? It's right there, 11. Between, Okay, for these questions I'm going to switch back and forth to the periodic table. So which group has the most reactive metals? The reason it's 1A is because of this. In which period is potassium found? And what is the atomic number of sodium? So let's do them both. Okay, moving on. Some common substances and their chemical formulas are listed in the chart below. Which of these substances are elements? Elements are not compounds, so anything like this would be wrong. Oxygen would be good. Hydrochloric acid would not be good. Carbon dioxide, that's a compound. Water is a compound, and helium is not. So oxygen and helium. Why is that yellow? From the table below shows the chemical symbols for common elements. Based on the information below, which of the 4 substances below is a compound? Well, based on what we just did over there, this one would be a carbon and oxygen. That looks like this. That's a carbon attached to an oxygen. Those are 2 different elements attached to each other, so that would be a compound. I hope this review was useful to you. If you have any other questions, feel free to email me. And I'm sorry if there's glitches in this thing. It messed up a couple times. I had to go back and erase voice and all that stuff. So let me know what you think. Have a good one.